Yo, what's up, sports bettors? Late at night means early value for the next day, so I got my wine and I found 5 incredible player props that you want to be on PrizePicks, so let's get into it. My first player prop I'm on is I'm taking DeRozan. So I'm taking DeRozan under 22.5 points. DeRozan under 22.5. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, DeRozan under 22.5? Follow the data. I say this all the time. Your gut is not smart. Right? The reason PrizePicks is in business is 99% of sports bettors, they trust their heart. They trust their gut. Follow the data. It's 2023. What you're going to notice is PrizePicks, they have their line at 22.5. Underdog is lower, 21.5. No house advantage is at 22. DraftKings, FanDuel, 10-bet. This is DraftKings Tennessee. So we'll show you odds across the entire market. But long story short, PrizePicks is at 22.5. We have a bunch of other data points. No house advantage is lower. All the sports books are lower. They're all at 21.5. So follow the data, right? PrizePicks, their line is too high. We have every sports book, underdog, no house advantage, all telling us this line should be lower. So we want to take the under on PrizePicks, right? We found value. And this is all possible, again, because sportsbooks, they all set lines independently. They all try to be unique. They all try to set lines themselves. So as a sharp bettor, you're looking for value in the market. And quite simply, PrizePicks is too high, so there's value on the under, right? PrizePicks 22.5. Most of the market is 21.5, 22. We want to take the under. Right? Following the data. So you look at Fred VanVleet, it's like all books have his line at 18.5. There's no value in the market, right? We don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. There's no value. Gary Trent, all books have his line at 12.5. No major discrepancies in the odds. We don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole, right? So when you're using this tool, so this tool right here, you can look at any market you want. We're currently looking at NBA player points, but you can switch it to whatever you want. But you're looking for big discrepancies, right? You're looking for value. You're looking for discrepancies. You're like a savvy investor, a day trader. You're looking for value, right? Here, Fred VanVleet, there's no value. All books have the line at the same level. Here, for DeRozan, there is value. PrizePicks is too high. We have tons of other data points telling us PrizePicks is too high, so we want to take the under. So that's the first player prop I went with. Then a common thing, we got to talk about this. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's important to mention, is PrizePicks, right? They don't vary your payouts based on you selecting over or under, right? So you look at DraftKings, if you select the over for Max Domi, you're only betting $145 to win 100 in profit. It's minus 145 odds. The over 1.5 shots on goal is favored. So you have to bet 145 to win back 100, right? So the over is the heavily favored outcome for Max Domi shot on goal. But what you're going to notice about PrizePicks is, right, PrizePicks, there are no odds. They don't vary your payouts based on you selecting over or under. So I say this all the time, but the strategy to beating PrizePicks is literally you just want to win your picks at the highest possible rate. It's really that simple, right? They don't change your payout based on you selecting over or under. So your only goal is to win these over-unders at the highest possible rate, right? And you want to do this following data. So another tool that I've been talking about recently, it's a new tool on OddsJam. It's free to use right now. It's called the fantasy screen. It's in beta mode. But essentially, all this tool does is it pulls in odds from sportsbooks, and it shows you spots where the sportsbooks have an over or an under really heavily favored, right? So again, on PrizePicks, they're not changing our payouts based on us selecting over or under. You're going to notice this payout number doesn't change. So the strategy to beat PrizePicks is you want to find spots where sportsbooks have an over or an under really heavily favored. So what you're going to see here is what OddsJam is telling us is the top play, and you can add any filters you want. I bet on all sports, right? There's value on all sports. Is Max Domi over 1.5 shots on goal is the play with a really high probability of winning, the highest possible rate currently available, 55.69%. So where is OddsJam getting this number from? Is it just random? Is it just pulling out BS? No. Look at DraftKings. They have his over 1.5 shots on goal as the heavily favored outcome. So all the sports books that are posting odds are telling us, hey, the over is a lot more likely than the under is. And again, the reason this is valuable on PrizePicks is they're not varying your payouts based on you hitting over or under. You're always getting the same payout, right? So you just want to find spots where sports books have an over or an under heavily favored. In this case, it's Max Domi over 1.5 shots on goal. We're just following the data, right? And OddsJam is scanning, the tens of thousands of lines, NBA, MLB, NHL. OddsJam is scanning all of these lines. You can see there's a baseball play. There's 3 NHL plays currently available. OddsJam is scanning all of this data and just pointing out those spots where sportsbooks have an over or an under heavily favored, right? In this tool, it's called the fantasy screen. You can use it for underdog, parlay play, jock market. There's tons of different fantasy platforms. I recommend you get them all, right? Sometimes there's more value on PrizePicks. Sometimes there's more value on underdog. It really depends on the day. So I ended up taking, a few of these plays. Max Domi over 1.5 shots on goal. Nick Fortes over half of a base. Here, all sports books, once again, have the over favored. But hey, for Brendan Gallagher, all the sports books have his under really heavily favored. So we're going with the under. We're just following the data, right? We're looking for spots where books are telling us, hey, an over is a lot more likely than the under. And we can still get that play on PrizePicks, right? So here, all books have the over for Max Domi heavily favored. We can still get that play on PrizePicks. So here's what I ended up going with, right? So I took DeRozan under 22.5 points. So we saw that play earlier from the screen. That's the first play I went through. All the books had his line at 21.5, 22, 21.5. PrizePicks 22.5. So PrizePicks is too high. They're an inefficiency in the market. We want to take the under. Fortes, Domi, Brandon Gallagher, all these plays just straight from the fantasy screen. I don't follow my gut. I just follow the data. All the books are telling us Max Domi is overs heavily favored. I'm not smarter than the markets. These books have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines. Follow the data. Take the over on PrizePicks. And then finally, Brock Nelson over 2 shots on goal was also from the OddsJam screen, right? So the same way we found DeRozan, Brock Nelson, all books had his line at 2.5, underdog 2.5. We want to take the over. So hopefully this video was helpful. Any questions you have, I'll include my email in the description. Let's make money.